Ogre Oustin. Is it worth it? I did a lot of easy runs, a couple of normal runs in a group, and failed a hard run to find out. And that's mostly what this video is going to be about. Do you get enough Mochi to make it better than the Ace Academy tournament? And I'll also talk about a little bit of strategy, but mostly the game is straightforward. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, share it with your friends, comment your thoughts down below so we can get more data about what is going on with this crazy minigame, and use code VERLICIFY for 20% off your G Fuel order. We got mini tubs now. $20 for 15 servings. Hype sauce, that is one of the best flavors, so you should go and grab that. Use the mini tubs to top off your cart or try out a new flavor that you don't want to commit to with a full tub. Also, if you really want some deals, go to the on sale section and the code stacks with what is on sale. So you can get a Spyro's Dragon Fruit for $24, and that's a 40 serving. Also, mix and match. You can get a couple of extra single packets. You can get a tub and some hype sauce, and then use code VERLICIFY, 20% off. Get all the energy drink you're gonna need for the DLC, gaming, work, and more. Now let's get back to Ogre Oustin, where my first observation is that the score doesn't really make any sense and seems kind of arbitrary. Now with more research and maybe a data mine, we're going to find like the full mechanics behind it, and then it could make sense. But in my initial testing, the most important thing to getting a high score is time, but it also takes note of the balloons popped and berries placed on tables. So let's take a look at my runs. The first one I did, I ended up with 6 Mochi and 6,900 score in 161 in-game seconds. Now, the actual real time is going to be longer than the game time that is tracked, but then in the next one I did it slightly faster and got a better score, and then ended up with way more Mochi. We went from 6 Mochi to 10 Mochi in a faster time. And then I did a round that was even faster, but I also popped more balloons and placed more berries on table for a 7,600 score, where again, I got 10 Mochi. But that's where things started to break down, because then I went for the super fastest run possible. I still popped a lot of balloons, placed a lot of berries, got a score over 8,000, and then I got 8 Mochi instead of 10. And then I went for like a super fast speed run where I got an almost 8,000 score, but ended up with 6 Mochi. And then I did a really slow run where I just tried to pop as many balloons as possible because it's tracked in the results, so maybe it means something. And then I ended up with 8 Mochi and a very low score. So a very low score doesn't necessarily impact the amount of Mochi you get, and the time doesn't really seem to matter anyways. So like, however the reward system works, it's going to take a lot more time to figure out. So far, my best result has been playing super fast, but also putting an excessive amount of berries on the table. It doesn't seem like there's a direct correlation to more berries placed equals more berries pounded into Mochi or something, but it seems like you have a better chance of getting more Mochi if you do place more berries, and then a higher score by doing it faster is kind of what you want to aim for. What about the other difficulties? Well, if you're doing normal or hard, you need a group or it's just not worth it. But the normal rewards were pretty crazy. So we completed normal in under 500 seconds, took about 10 minutes total, and I ended up with 37 Mochi. Also, I got a white Mochi on top, so that is pretty good. And then hard mode is absolutely ridiculous. Someone screwed up just a little, it caused a chain reaction, and then we failed. I only ended up with 28 Eevee Mochi. Other people said they got a white Mochi. I didn't, so the rewards are also randomized and weird. But hard, pretty wild. But let's make things even more complicated because we have Sabuna Switch doing the Lord's work, beating Ogre Oustin with just a second remaining also. This is how you get the Shiny Munchlax Gift that was in the data mine. The funny thing is, this might be one of the most earned shiny Pokemon in the entire franchise, but we can also take a look at the rewards, where in 600 in-game seconds, we see 75 Eevee Mochi and then 9 Fresh Start Mochi. So it might be worth it just for the Fresh Start to get like one good hard mode down, or if you can actually like grind it out with your friends and make it happen. Now let's say online hosting, a little bit of loading, some menuing, and then the time that isn't tracked, about 15 minutes to beat hard mode, after a lot of failure as well, to get 75 Mochi. Alright, so let's break all this stuff down. Now, the hard run was super scuffed, so consider this like a lower bound of 9-ish minutes to get 10-ish mochi if you fail. The normal run, it was easy, it was consistent, and it seems pretty nice to say 10 minutes for a normal run. If you get it faster, great for 30-something mochi. Just seems like really nice overall. And then we have easy mode, which you can solo in about 3 minutes. But then everything kind of varies. You get 6 to 10 mochi, depending on like if it matters to put in more berries or not. And if you like super duper speedrun it, I had one that was under 2 minutes in-game time. So you could do 20 easy, just non-stop grinding in an hour, but maybe you start averaging 7 mochi instead. So the numbers get kind of weird there. But now we need to convert this into money. So what is the mochi equivalent to vitamins? Oh, mochi gives you 10 EVs each. So it's a vitamin, which means it's worth 10k Poké Dollars. And the other rewards, really the only thing that matters are the rare berries. But you're just picking those up passively, so it's not really factoring into anything. A Terra Shard or 2, and then like some wings and EV reducing berries. So you're not getting anything significant. It's all about the mochi. And Kee and Maranga Berries for competitive, but those don't really have that much of a direct financial value. So this is the money equivalent for mochi. Easy is going to be about 1.4 million Poké Dollars an hour. That's really fair to say, like comparing it to the Ace Academy tournament, because the biggest reason why you do that is for the vitamins, for the quickest EV training. Now, a few other things cost money, like the battle items. PP up probably gonna be like the second most expensive, or like the second most paid for thing. But you get bottle caps through Terra raids, so you can also sell items you kind of like pick up off the ground or receive in Terra raids. So really, everything else can be funded except for the vitamins, and then you can use the mochi instead. So I think it's fair to say like this is the direct equivalent. Normal mode, just kind of consistently grinding it, maybe even getting faster at it, looks to get over 2 million Poké Dollars an hour, maybe has like an upper bound of like 2.5 million Poké Dollars an hour, and then even failing hard mode, since you get a good amount of resources in a short-ish time if you're failing, actually seems to be better than easy with that like upper end of, oh, we complete it and we get a Shiny Munchlax, or we can get some crazy rewards. So 1.6 mil to like 3 mil an hour on the hard mode. So you can gamble on hard, you can get more consistently, and if you don't have friends or Nintendo Switch Online, it's still pretty good money. Now, how does this compare to the other money-making methods in Pokemon? Ace Academy Tournament is kind of unfair to compare it to because that's just AFK. You get a turbo controller, and then you can run that until you have 9,999,000 Poké Dollars. You also get some rewards on the side. But the Ace Academy Tournament gives you 500 to 600,000 Poké Dollars an hour. Less money per hour if you are on a time constraint or something. And then running around the Asado Desert is about as active as doing the Ogre Oustin, and you get a little bit more money per hour, just like hard farming that, than you do from the Ace Academy Tournament, but it still loses to Ogre Oustin. So how you're playing the new minigame in the Teal Mask, you're getting a money equivalent that beats other money-making methods in the game. Asterisk, I'm going to be doing an updated money-making guide to see if you can get like 1 million Poké Dollars an hour, just kind of like running through the new areas, because there's better items just kind of littered about that you can pick up. So it could be better, not even could be, it looks very likely to be better than the Asado Desert method. But even then, Ogre Oustin still wins, and if you get a white mochi or a Kee or Maranga Berry, you're just doing great. So, oh yeah, and Ogre Ousting strategy. Really, you get 4 people together, you pick color, and then you kind of balance, because sometimes it's going to want like, oh, 28 of one color, 32 for another color. You just kind of delegate all of that, and the biggest thing is like someone screwing up and accidentally picking up a balloon can just kind of ruin it. And then for like the super high level runs, after you do like your first full deposit, you want to send 2 people out to kind of pick up the scraps and then balance it out. Then you need 2 people on defense. And after that, it just kind of like comes down to luck of the balloons and placements and the berries, and then the berries getting stolen. If one of those Pokemon makes it to the berry area, they are going to steal berries quick, and that could just be the end of your run. Oh yeah, and you can move during the intermission between rounds, which means you can make it to the more outskirts of the area and then plan your route. So it's mostly just going to be about practicing with your friends, getting your own strategy down with them, having everyone in synergy, and then eventually beating it for the hard mode. Like I said, the strategy isn't really as important to Ogre Oustin as the overall efficiency and if it's worth doing the minigame. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.